For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a bit of a review video on a brand new tent from Vango. So this here is the Vango Oakmere TC 600XL. So it is basically a first one of the sort of a bit more of a throwback. I think Vango have kind of seen a bit of a increase in people more asking for polycotton tents, and that's basically down to the climate. We want something that's a bit more comfortable to live in on the inside, and that's kind of, they've got this range. So we've got the Farley and also the Oakmere. We've done a separate video for the Farley, bit smaller model, bit of a 5-berth with an open canopy. The Oakmere is a bit more of a 6-berth, and again you've got 3 zones. So you've got a sleeping, living and an enclosed porch area at the front. Generally it's polycotton, so the benefit of it is that it is breathable. So on a warm day or mildly warm day in the UK, there will be a noticeable temperature difference inside. So basically the weave can now open up, allow the air to pass through, and it's a lot cooler on the inside. On the flip side of that, when it's actually sort of quite colder out, the weave contracts and keeps the warmth in. So you get the best of both worlds. The joys of this actually, you use some really nice strong 12.7mm fiberglass poles, so they're quite nice and beefed up. You've got essentially 5 poles and also colour coordinated, so it's very easy to pitch. Yeah, again, you can see from our own Attwoolls pitching and packing video myself putting this model up, it took me no longer than about sort of 16 minutes to pitch this on model. I was being quite kind of, well, I wasn't rushing around, it was very much kind of chilled about it. But the way you can sort of determine what pole goes where is basically the main 4 poles are all the same. They're all black coded, so you get a little tab there. The back pole's got a grey section to it, and there's a little grey section on the sleeve. That way, so when you got the poles in a big bunch, you know which goes where, and it's all much easier to do so. Generally, I think it's a really nice tent. It's based on kind of one of Vango's very popular models for the 29 season going forward, which was the Madison. So same kind of idea with a 3 berths at the back to sleep 2 in each compartment, a good sized living area, and obviously the area at the front. The front door, as you can see, can be put into 2 positions, so you can actually have it sort of fully open, well 3 positions, so it's fully shut, half open, or fully open. And certainly by having that flexibility and having it fully open gives you almost like an open area, but if the weather does turn, you can obviously close it up. It does have its own bespoke footprint as well, so you can buy that, and the footprint does come with a separate ground sheet for the awning area, which we'll go through in a second. Strong storm straps, so you've got those front and back to give you really great torsion and get that roof looking really nice. Generally, polycotton I think is an all-round better fabric. Not only is it sort of breathable, but it actually lasts longer, so you get a longer lifespan. And I think for the price point you see it at, and we've got some great package deals at the moment on these particular models, I think it's going to work really well. And also I think the colours are really quite smart. I know for a fact, if I have a tent that's poled these days, this is where I go to. And it's not necessarily that people don't necessarily trust there, but it's they want something a little bit more, maybe lighter, packs down smaller, and that's where pole comes into it. This, the Oakmere is around about 32 kilograms in a pack weight. That for a polycotton tent is brilliant. You won't really find many of models in air in a polyester like that, let alone polycotton. Yeah, and that small compact size really does help to fit in the back of the boot. The side door, yet again, you can actually use as kind of like a bit of a canopy as well. So not only have you got a side door and also a front door, but what I would do is open this up and you can buy some additional king poles. There's eyelets pre-punched into here and create a little mini canopy like that. In fact, there you go. Here's some I made earlier. So yeah, you can just quite happily, with a few extra guy ropes. So we do sell, like I said, the poles separately. Pop that on there. Have that torsion out, and then it gives you a little bit more extra room, a bit more shelter coming in and out of the side door. So that works really quite nicely. Sorry, Butch. And again, you can just roll it up. You've got a sort of toggle up and toggle down door down the bottom here. So again, you haven't got really a trip hazard in and out of tent, which is great for kids, or even for yourself if you've had a few to drink afterwards. You've got really nice matching guy lines, just to kind of make it quite smart, and certainly this nice high footer with this trim, I think just kind of seals off really quite nicely. But let's have a look on the inside and talk for a few more features that the Oakmere has to offer. So now in the Oakmere, you can kind of get certainly a great idea for the depth you've got in the canopy. And with that ability to have that sort of door put halfway, it gives you that flexibility. Like I said, you can have a bit more of a walk through and then sort of an enclosed area that you don't have to worry about things. Located here is also a little hook as well, so that actually keeps the door halfway and stops it actually not putting any strain on the zip. So if it starts to wind, or if you sort of get a bit of wind, it can sort of happily go through. A great, really with the depth of it, it allows you to put sort of like a cooking unit here, no problem. And or even if it's a nice day like we've done here, roll that door all the way back, create an open canopy area, sit out here with a table and chairs, and certainly sort of really nice with the polycotton material. It's a lot quieter in the wind as well, so you haven't got sort of synthetic flapping around. So generally, hopefully you should get a more comfortable night's sleep, A, because it's quieter, but also B, because, like I said, that internal temperature. You got a nice big mesh door straight into the main living area, which you can obviously use if you wish to. Alternatively, you've got your normal door situated there. But that's really going to allow you a lot of airflow without having to worry about the bugs and critters coming in, especially, you know, in a warm day, or even going across to Europe. Something like this would be ideal because it's, you know, small, compact, but yet it's also breathable. You can roll that door back and just sort of toggle it back like so. And yet again, side windows you've got located here also have a big load of mesh running through it just to help that circulation of air. What you see when you've got any windows in the main living area, you've also got sort of curtains to get the privacy when you want to. So these can be found sort of located down the side here. So a little toggle divider. So you've got sort of two positions. You either have it sort of halfway, like so, or fully up to the top. So that's quite nice that you can sort of choose your level of privacy. That sort of no lip into the main doorway is a great sort of, again, not trip hazard for the kids or even for yourself, which matches the side door. But you have got the sort of the ability that if you want to, you can just actually, it will toggle up to give you a bathtub kind of feel. So again, you can kind of utilize it to the best of what you want to do with it, really. I'm just going to put that down out of the way. A great sized living area, perfect for, you know, a couple of tables and chairs. And it just gives you that sort of ample amount of room. And with the option of the side door, you can kind of pick and choose how you come in and out. And like I say, if you want to make that a fully enclosed area with the sort of, you know, the front door shut, it works really nicely. Generally a great amount of headroom height as well. So I'm about 6'2", and in the middle, I'm not a problem at all. But maybe around the corners where you've got that kind of arc system with sort of the fiberglass poles, you do lose a little bit of room down there. But if you sort of sat down in the corner, you know, sat down on a chair or anything, it's not really much of an issue. At the back, like we said, we've got a really nice dark midnight bedroom. So again, make sure you stay in longer in the mornings from sleeping. But then you've got the flexibility that you've got toggle dividers. So even though it's meant to be essentially a 2, 2 and a 2, each giving you 120 in width, you have got the flexibility that, like I said, the toggle dividers can be removed to make it one big open 6-berth bedroom if you want to. Alternatively, there is a point in the middle which you can then make it a 3 and a 3. So admittedly, the door's not going to quite marry up on that side, but you know, you can space it how you want to, especially if you're looking, say, either for a small family of 4, or even couples tents, or even 3s, and you know, you can fit 6 in here. Might be a little bit of a squeeze, so really I say a 5 or a very nice 4 would work really well. You've got your main features, things like hanging points for lanterns, as well as things like Velcro tabs, just to run the cable down to a cable entry point, just located behind the bedroom, yeah, so you get mains hookup inside tent without having to leave the door open the whole time. There's also another mains point up front, located just here, so it doesn't really matter where your mains hookup is coming from, you can still quite happily accommodate it. Also, you've got things like hanging points nearly at every single point, so you've got a hanging point lantern above the bedrooms, in the middle, on this side of the door, and another one again in the canopy area. So certainly it gives you the flexibility that you can put lighting in as and where you want it. But overall, smart model, smart tent. I'll grab the camera, have a little bit more look on the inside and talk through the odd feature here or there as well. So, give you a bit more idea about spacing. So you can see the canopy depth wise, it's quite decent, you know, good amount of room, you can happily get a bit more of a unit in there. On the side door, that again gives you a good amount of space, 2 nice crystal clear window panels. Actually, because you get so used to looking at air these days, just having nothing on the inside helps make it look really clean, and actually again give you a bit more headroom throughout the tent, a bit more fluidity. The darkened bedrooms, you can see in ventilation panels at the top. So you've got yellow toggle points, and there's one in the middle as well to put it down in the middle, and in the corners as well. Really quite smart. And then sort of the blank door at the front should give you a really nice good night's sleep. I'll come back out through the side door. But generally, I think it's a really smart looking tent. I think it's certainly one that sort of turns eyes on the campsite. And the bit like, it's, you know, the style is very much tried and tested with the likes of the Madison. I think it's going to work well. One remaining feature I've yet to mention, which is very unique to Vango, is their sort of TBS system. So stands tension bands, something that gives you a bit more stability as and when you want it. Actually, it went that way. So it gives a bit more like an internal bracing, something they use on all their kind of high-end backpacking tents. But it creates a triangular kind of formation internally. Don't have to have it sort of too tight, just a sort of kind of about that is fine. And what happens if you say get wind coming from either side, it just braces it. So it's something you probably wouldn't use probably 95% of the time, but it's quite a nice little safety feature, not face feature, but additional feature to have in if you just want that a little bit more structure into the tent as and when you require it. So yeah, like I said, if we had sort of pressure coming that way, tension it, keeps the shape of the tent and keeps it nice and strong. It's been proven to work sort of, you know, year in, year out, and something that Vango have done in all their tents are this kind of style. But yeah, that is basically our little Attwoolls outdoor video review on the Oakmere. By all means, let us know what you think and check out our package deals in the link below. But thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.